Hi there, everyone. It's Gloria with Glory Bee Resale, and I'm here to do a What Sold video on eBay, Poshmark, and Etsy. And the first thing and this is for week June 1st to the 7th. So I'm still trying to play catch up here. So the first thing to sell that week on eBay was this Ralph Lauren Black Label cashmere dress, size small. And this took forever to get to her, but she finally got it. It took at least 3 weeks. And she finally got it and she was very happy with it, so I'm glad it made it to her. The cost on this was $57.80, and the cost to me was $5. The next item to sell was this set of 4 Royal Doulton Fable porcelain mugs, and these sold for $45, and the cost to me was $5. Next item to sell was the Tom Bates fish design belt, and this sold for $29. Cost to me was $2.99. The next item to sell was this Calvin Klein black button snap dress, and this sold for uh, whoops, this sold for $25, and the cost to me was $6.49. Next item to sell was this Kinross cashmere sweater top in orange. This sold for $25. Cost to me $6.49. Next item to sell was this Talbot's pure silk floral pleated midi skirt. This sold for $23, and the cost to me on it was $6.49. Next item to sell was this vintage Ralph Lauren Sophie flat sheet, full flat sheet, and this sold for $38, and the cost to me on it was $2.99. Next item on Poshmark was this Denim and Supply Ralph Lauren blue cardigan sweater, men's size large. This sold for $65. Cost to me on it was $6.99. Next item on Poshmark was this vintage 60s Virgin Mary celluloid statue in a niche, and this sold for $15. Cost to me on it was 50 cents. And the last item on Poshmark was this set of 2 embroidered drum lampshades with tassel fringe, and this sold for $24, and the cost to me was $6. Now, if you wouldn't, we'll go over to Etsy, and if you wouldn't mind giving me a like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And now on to Etsy. The first thing to sell were this pair of cast iron handle holders. These sold for $25, and the cost to me on them was $6. Next item to sell was oh, this willow tree wood box, wall box, and this sold for $22, and the cost to me on it was $4. Next item to sell was this vintage Florentine jewelry box, and this sold for $65, and the cost to me on it was $4.99. Next item to sell was this 5-arm metal wall sconce, and this sold for $29, and the cost to me on it was $2. The next thing to sell, and these took absolutely forever. I've had these for years. I finally decided to show them on a wall, and shortly after that, they sold. These were two heavy brass cornucopia wall shelves, and these sold for $75, and the cost to me on them was 15. Next item to sell was this vintage wooden wheat shelf. It had carved wheat in the bottom. This sold for $89, and the cost to me on it was $5.99. And I had two of these. The other one will probably be coming up in a future video because they have both sold. But I had two of these that sat in the garage forever, and I decided to finally put them up, and they sold very quickly. So, very happy about that. $89. Next item to sell was this bamboo rattan woven box, and this sold for $28, and the cost to me on it was $2. Next item to sell, and this has probably been sitting in my booth at the antique wall for a year and nobody's wanted it, so I brought it back home and listed it, and it sold fairly quickly. I'm gonna say fairly quickly is within a month or two tops. And this sold for $39, and the cost to me on it was $6. And the last item to sell was this vintage wooden farmhouse cabinet, and this sold for $129, and the cost to me on it was $15. And this was another item I've had for a little while. I'm not sure how long it was listed, but I think it helped when I showed it on a countertop rather than just on its own like this. I feel like it sat for a while unlisted and then I finally listed it, but shortly after I put it on the countertop, it sold fairly quickly after that. So I'm happy with that sale, and I hope that your sales are going well. It does slow down for the summertime, and as you can see, eBay has been horrible for me. But hopefully that will turn around at some point. It hasn't yet. So, anyway, I will see you next time, and I hope all your sales are great ones. Thanks. Bye.